Changing a country's name is not a common occurrence, but it has happened several times in history. Name changes can be a result of a variety of reasons, including political, cultural, and historical events. In this video, we will explore several countries that have changed their names and the reasons behind these changes. The first country we will discuss is Ceylon, which changed its name to Sri Lanka in 1972. Ceylon was a British colony, and after gaining independence in 1948, the country continued to use the name Ceylon. However, the government of Ceylon believed that the name Ceylon did not accurately reflect the country's cultural heritage. Sri Lanka is derived from the Sanskrit word Śrī Laṃkā, which means Resplendent Land. The new name was seen as more representative of the country's rich cultural and historical heritage, and was officially adopted by the Sri Lankan government in 1972. Another country that changed its name is Burma, which became Myanmar in 1989. The change was made by the military government, which was in power at the time. The government claimed that the name Burma was a legacy of colonial rule and that the new name, Myanmar, was more representative of the country's cultural heritage. The change was met with resistance from some members of the international community, who argued that the military government had no legitimacy and that the name change was merely a political maneuver. The next country we will discuss is the former Czechoslovakia, which split into two separate countries, the Czech Republic and Slovakia, in 1993. The split was a peaceful one, and the two new countries were formed after negotiations between the governments of Czechoslovakia and its constituent regions. The split was seen as a way of resolving ethnic and political tensions between the Czech and Slovak communities, and the two new countries were able to establish their own distinct identities. Another country that changed its name is the former Zaire, which is now the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The name change was made in 1997, following the fall of longtime dictator Mobutu Sese Seko. The new name was seen as a way of symbolizing a new era for the country, as it marked a departure from the authoritarian rule of Mobutu and the beginning of a more democratic and transparent government. Lastly, we will discuss the country formerly known as Swaziland, which changed its name to Eswatini in 2018. The name change was made by King Mswati III, who argued that the name Swaziland did not accurately reflect the country's cultural heritage. Eswatini is derived from the Swazi language and means land of the Swazi. The name change was seen as a way of reclaiming the country's cultural identity and affirming its independence from colonial rule. In conclusion, changing a country's name is not a common occurrence, but it has happened several times in history. Name changes can be a result of a variety of reasons, including political, cultural, and historical events. The countries discussed in this essay, Ceylon, Burma, Czechoslovakia, Zaire, and Swaziland, all changed their names for different reasons, but all were seen as a way of reflecting the country's cultural and political identity. These name changes demonstrate the importance of a country's name in defining its identity and history, and they serve as a reminder of the complex and dynamic nature of our world. Questions to consider. 1. Why did Ceylon change its name to Sri Lanka in 1972? 2. What was the reason behind the change of Burma's name to Myanmar in 1989? 3. How was the split of Czechoslovakia into the Czech Republic and Slovakia resolved peacefully? 4. What was the significance of the name change of Zaire to the Democratic Republic of the Congo in 1997? 5. Why did King Mswati III change the name of Swaziland to Eswatini in 2018?